Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel, baby. I'm the Toy Sheik. Today's video is going to be full of 1/6 scale goodness as we're checking out the Mondo version 2.0 of She-Ra in the MOTU line. We've shown off the original one before. This is the new updated version, the new iPhone that you need to pick up. I sold my original that I owned and showed off in a video so I could get this today. This is one of my top favorite characters of all time, even more than He-Man, baby. She-Ra is where it's at. So we're going to check out that amazing figure and all the paint work that goes on this crazy... There's so much stuff on this table. Jeez, there's so much. We're checking it all out today. I'm really excited for, like I said, for today's video because She-Ra was one of the reasons I got into 1/6 scale collecting. Obviously, I have more characters than that now. But in the beginning, it was always like, I need Catwoman, I need Ahsoka, and I need She-Ra in 1/6 scale, and that would, like, I'd be good with it. So when Mondo was going to release the first version of She-Ra, I was very, very excited about it. I will mention on the new box here, this is a whole new art team and whatnot on here. So pretty much besides concept by Emiliano, and then packaging by Jordan Christensen. Everyone else is like new on here, so all the sculpts and what, like the body and stuff is, well, it's all just kind of different, but the heads, you're going to tell most of the difference in the art direction. So this one right here, it just has plastic cocoons inside. There's 3 of them. Everything's packaged super, super awesome. There's no flip open or slide up like I believe the last one was a flip top one right there. And that was a great figure. There were definitely a lot of pitfalls I had with this, so I was really excited about this. Obviously, I put it up for sale. I got it before everyone started dropping theirs. I knew I was going to lose money, and sure did, and I'm sure that the people who did it after I did lost even more. Let's check out the figure today. Here she is. I got everything out on the table. She comes with tons of stuff. She comes with 3 different outfits. This is not all the outfits from the original She-Ra vintage line, from the original vintage Princess of Power line by Mattel. This does come with your normal stand. This is your MOTU style. It is not adjustable like they gave to the Buzz Off, and I just wish they would do that with all of them. But she does come like this with this cape right here, and she does come with this head on here. There is a hole in the head here, so at all times you're going to have some kind of tiara or hairpiece, as you're going to see here just shortly, be able to put on there. There's a lot more options than there were with the first version of this figure. You pretty much just had like a back hair section that you could go on, where these ones actually have I'm looking at, with this one included, 4 different heads on here. She's about 11.5 inches in height. Later when we do comparison time, we'll check out that Scare Glow next to her. And the male characters, especially like when you get into Beast and stuff like that from MOTU, they very much overshadow like this figure, but they fit in like the scale wise. Is really cool. But this is really awesome. So she comes with this, and she comes with multiples upon multiple tiaras, which we'll check out here shortly. But this is the one that comes on. You can change out on there, like I said, you can just take the tiara off, and then it has the head piece in each, so you can swap out any of the tiaras for any of the head places that you do. Switch them in and out for your outfit changes, which we're going to do here momentarily. We're just keeping her up there so we can have your base example that you're going to get, your placebo. There you go. This does have wiring in the cape, so you can move it however you would like it to go. Articulation just on the standard figure. Again, I didn't heat up any of this figure or whatnot, which I like to do on pretty much any figure, so I make sure I don't break something that's cost like tons of money, especially this. But you do have your joints right there. You got your swivel up and down on your ball joint on the wrist. Everything is pretty solid on this figure. The one really good thing about this figure is you do have a little bit more motion in the center of it. Let's switch her around right here so you can like see. It's a little bit, so that way you can bend her knees and put her on the Swiftwind horse that they do have shown in these pictures right here, which I do not have. You guys see in the background. After we come back to full screen, you'll see the Nightmare horse that's back there. I don't have Swiftwind. I did not get him, and I don't even own that Nightwind. That one's borrowed. But this new figure, you'll be able to bend her to put on there however you would like. Be careful. Go slow. I like to go real slow on the Mondos. Real slow on the Mondos, but she has a lot of good movement on there. Ball joints on there. It's a Mondo, so you know you can't do super Yamaguchi or freaking Revoltech, and her head keeps falling off because I didn't press it all the way down. But so you can see on here, you have her brawl plates. You know, holds up the top of her shirt, but you just put these little teeny hooks on there, and if you really want them to stay on there, you could like pinch them closed. Wanted to do that, so but you'll need to do that. Much easier than the Evil Lynn that came out. That crap is crazy. I can't even get her cape on. This part right here on her normal tiara, this is kind of going to be, it could be like toy form, but for the most part, it's going to be like Filmation She-Ra done in a more modern twist. But it's definitely a little bit like, obviously colors and all the look is very like toy style, vintage style as well. But the tiara, like you'll be able to see on the other ones that have come up, you can't flip this one around. It's just like one way. But this is just like your classic style. This is how she came in the package. She got like that head on there, right there. And they did a really good job of like changing all the stuff. I just have like a Mezco like stand on here right now. She looks like really good. It's very easy to swap the parts out, but she does come with tons and tons of stuff, and I had to put them in a way so I can remember how these goes. So coming on to the heads, first off, we have our smiling head. As you guys can see, everything is painted to perfection the first time. The first She-Ra 1.0 figure, the nose was like smashed in. It had a little dent on the nose tip because of the plastic. They've got much better since then. No problems with Mondo ever since that problem. Besides like some limbs being loose. But paint wise and mess ups like that, they don't do that anymore. They lost too much money on that. So these are huge head sculpts. So you're obviously going to have limited articulation on that. Kind of like the Rogue figure from X-Men. It's kind of like the same way. You got this one right here. This is your Battle Cry one. Again, we'll put pictures. For all of these ones, all the paints, eyes, everything is perfect. Obviously, you want to check each time when you get these. They're way too expensive. But this is the best head, I think, on here. And this is the Call on the Power of the She-Ra. I have the by the honor of Grayskull head. And they did an absolutely fantastic job on all the face sculpts. So I got her naked. I stripped her down, which was actually a lot easier than in previous figures from before. You just separate her at the waist, and then that way you can take off these pieces that you're going to see right here. The original He-Man, there was definitely a QC issue where he broke in the waist area. Well, he broke in several different ways through mini collectors. If you got kind of that first run of them, they were trying to upgrade, because they had already released Mondo figures, but then they started to release them like better. And so I think it was just like kind of a QC issues. They were kind of working out the kinks beginning. So this one is a lot better. You can separate the waist easily, so you can switch out the things. Also, there's a lot of different clothing methods on here. Like I was saying, like this one, this is her chest plate, comes on a normal one, and she does have this like piece right here. You're going to like want to move her head down. You're going to just take her head all the way off, move it down, and that way you can pop this off because it's on there good. So there's other breastplate that you're going to want to put on, so you can take this off. But this is what she looks like naked. This is her little normal, I don't know, waistband here, skirt that you do have, the hard plastic that you do have on that. And then you got this one we're going to put on. It's supposed to mimic like her original like cloth fabric vintage toy style. We do have this cloth one that we're going to put. And with the cloth one, you get this piece right here that goes onto to create the same look that we're seeing on here. There's different looks of that. And obviously for the bubble power, we get that one as well to go on. You got the gladiator style. Pretty excited about the bubble power, actually. I like the colors are killing it on that. So, yeah, you're going to just pop out her body for each of those switch outs that we are about to do right now for the first time, which I have never done. So I do not know. I just put this, like, headpiece on here that is on here. Fun fact about this one has a hair piece on there. There are two of these that look exactly the same. They have the, like, super clear. They are translucent, see-through on there. But this one right here is going to have a headpiece on it. Let's see. Let me bring up both. Picture inserted right now for you guys to see. of these two different. They are the same translucent, same design as much as I can see, but one of them just has the hair and one does not, as you guys see in real time. I don't know why they have it. And also, there are ridges in this little one with the hairline, right? Inside this little tab that's in there, there's like ridges on there. I don't think I saw on the other ones. And it doesn't fit in any head but this one right here, the angry one. That's the only head it seems to fit in. So I don't know if that's a thing. But in any case, we're going to put some new clothes on here. And you know, when I display them, I just pretty much display them in the look that we want and just switch the heads out. So this is going to be all kinds of exciting for me to just try out all the little different outfits. We're going to try to get through this quickly because I don't know how to do these outfits. I had to look on Mondo to figure out what these things are for the bubble power and the normal filmation and the She-Ra we know. I don't know. I love She-Ra. She's my favorite, but I watch her on the shows and I love her in the comic books, but I didn't have her as a toy besides the original, which I did not get out for this again or the org. First skirt that I put on, this is the fabric one you can have on. So I just put the fabric skirt on and I have to take pictures of that. Also, it has this little the waistband that we showed off earlier, so that just slips on there and then you put the torso on top. So that's just like basic. This is basic. She's sleeping. Intruder comes in the window. She grabs both swords. We haven't even shown off this one. She's ready to go. Like, do not come into the... I hope she doesn't sleep with her tiara on. I don't think she would. She got that messy hair in the morning. I'm telling you, I'll be like... I'll bow down to She-Ra. I'm telling you right now. I smash She-Ra all day. Like, she's muscle mommy for sure. Mixed with, like, absolute perfection. I'd be like, yo, I'm trying to, like... I do my own thing and take out a bunch of people, but I'm definitely trying to smash all the time. On this here, also, by the way, titties on max. They look great. This is the... What's the separate one? Yeah, it is. That's the new one, which would be like the toy version. This is like the original one. You obviously could put this one on because it does have the little strap on there. You put it around their thing, and then it would just be on her right there. Boom. You'd have the little fabric dress of that, so you can do that combination. You can have this. This obviously like tucks down into there. It does have indentations for her booby doobies to go in there, nice and perfect. So we're gonna go on to the full outfit of this one. This is like what they consider to be like the vintage toy line, which again I wish I had mine out, but I definitely remember the little sparkle jewel that was in there. So this chest piece is going to be used for multiple variations that are going to come up right now from the toy version, as well as the bubble power She-Ra, since that is in the toy version. And then the normal chest plate that you did see here is going to be your Filmation style She-Ra that we all know and love. So we're going to shut this off again, switch around to the next. Well, actually, before we do, since I did switch her hands out, right now she's got the obviously weapons holding fist on there. The ones she had on there before were just like open hand, like, bitch, please stop. You better just stop. And then you get one of these hands. This is obviously, I'm going to put a picture of the hands, but this is like holding the sword to the sky hand. You only get one. Apparently it's the right hand. So she only holds, she only does the transformation with the right hand. That's it. She's in her vintage toy look. This is like how we would have kind of got her. I got her shield out. I forgot to like show you that before, as well as a cape is posed up, showing you has some wire effect. You can see she's already got her hand up, so really great articulation for the arm to be able to move that in upward position. You pop the body apart again, and you can switch out the bottom waist section on there, as well as just kind of put, since this original waist section top chest piece has the overhang that goes around the little loop, this one does not. So it just pretty much suction cups to the body and then like attach the torso downward, and it locks it into place right here in that section right there. Locks that into place, and then this piece right here, it does have two little hooks. You can see like right there. They're going to have a little connector piece just straight in the center that's going to lock those into place, and then you can put the cloak, any of the capes on. They have the little hooks like we described before. You can hook them on there, and like I said, you can see it's sitting on there, locked into place. She's got a flowing head. And again, that is just one of the top heads you can do. You can do this one with the more head, and which let's actually see. Let's actually see in real time. Let's take that one off and put this one on. See if I can see a difference. I'm staring at the damn thing. But like I was saying, like it doesn't. The hair one, it doesn't sit in there, man. Like all the other heads, it just falls out. So I don't know if it's like meant for a specific head. I haven't come across it yet. I'm gonna try some here in a second, but it yeah, it just falls right out of all the different heads. The tiara's clicking perfect, but the one with the hairpiece, that one seems to be creating problems right here. Let's switch her out to the next outfit. See what she looks like in the bubble power. That's the pink. I'm pretty excited about this one. Most likely you're going to display her like in one of these white outfits. But let's see what she looked like when she got the gat on her. We are back. She's in the bubble power outfit. She's pinked out. She's super femmy right now, man. Loving it. I actually really, really like this outfit. She's got the gold sword. I don't know if you consider this to be the power sword in the bubble power, because it's like a lot thicker, but like maybe that could be it. Definitely it's got the colors killing it. The weight on it seems to be good because she's standing on her own. I like the purple. She has the vintage looking chest plate in there, as well as you get this other shield. I forgot to freaking mention the past one. This thing has got some weight to it, by the way. It does have these little straps on there like the He-Man figures. You're going to want to take the hand off first, and then that way you can put like the arm on there. You can slide it on there. Also, you want to have the arm in a specific angle. That way, like it just slides like right on there, just like that. If the arm's all weird, it doesn't go on there as much. So there you go on that. You get the, I swear that like, was that the counterbalance? Was the freaking like shield on it? So there's your two shields you do get. Your classic and your bubble power shield. These were like a nasty little brown, just they're probably all gummy sitting in the bottom of people's like toy tanks now. And this is like a nice gold. They killed it with that one on there. So we still haven't got to the extra hand that they've got, but this is like all the outfits. Really, really liking this one though. Oh man, I totally forgot actually. She has a different cape. She's got the brown cape. I gotta put the brown cape on, and I gotta put her gun in her hand. She's got the bubble power. She's gonna hypnotize you with bubbles, which I do not know, and I do think it's possible because this does move on here. You could actually put bubble liquid in there like you would do on the vintage, and then by doing this and blowing, the bubbles would come out. I don't know who's stupid enough to do that with a $200+ toy, but that's on you. I'm gonna put this cape on her, switch it around, give her weapon, and we're gonna check this out for the last time. That's it. She's in her final form. She's got the bubble power gun there. It weighs a ton. The little extra hand does go to hold it, and but I mean it's just barely like sitting in there. It weighs a ton. It's tucked into her inside to kind of give it a little bit of counterbalance. You can put as you can see, it's really long, so you can put this on the outside, but it was just easier to hold it this way. I did put the open palm hand in, that way she can hold this on the thing. It weighs a bunch. Also, I put, this is the cape it's on. It's basically just held on because her head is down. It does have a little clasp on there. They are not on there because this pink piece right here, there's no way to clasp it in there. So you would obviously use this gray one with just like the inner, you could have like the little frilly shoulder pads on, or just like the white original. You could use the gold cape for, but like you see here, it's pushed down with the hair. You can get it to fit. I did leave the frilly little center or top shoulder section on there. I think it kind of like from the side, it makes a nice little appeal in there. I really do like the pink. I think it looks really, really cool. I think the red probably is going to pop more pictures and stuff for the cape versus like the gold. But there's all the different outfits we tried out on there. Again, you have like the different heads you can go with, just like your normal stern museum pose, your mean pose, and then like your super crazy hair, just about to lose your mind like stuff. And what's on here? This is the smiling head that's on there. Like I said, we have the 2 different shields that we did show off. The sword wise, you do get the bubble power sword. That seems like, I don't know the lore and stuff, but almost like a power sword type look sword, but just like larger, like much thicker. And then you do get this, it's almost like a new adventure style laser light He-Man style type weapon, which I've seen in pictures with the bubble power, so I'm not sure what actually sword came in. I think this one actually came in there, not the other one. So you can put this one in there, and we'll put a picture. I did not put that in her hand, so you see there. And then of course you have the 2 different, you can switch these out for the translucent ones as well, but only the one with the non-hair is the one that sticks in there. So there's that look for that. And closing out on the last accessories that do come with her are going to be Cal, her faithful friend who's always there. A Cal. He's the Orko of She-Ra. He's really, really annoying. This version right here, since it's 2.0, they did give you Cal in the first version I had. He was in the melon, like, kind of reddish color, which I do believe is the cartoon, versus this one, which is going to be the vintage toy. Picture of the vintage toy there. He was like a soft little flocked version, basically. I didn't have him there. But these figures are really, really cool. I always like the little side buddies because they kind of go with a bunch of stuff. And then lastly, the last thing he comes with is this special exclusive one of Red Eye. So you do get Cal and you get Red Eye. This is like not really a faker version of Cal, but I think this is an actual all different character. He helps like the Horde one of the episodes, but he is like evil. This guy's really cool. He's definitely going to be used in some stuff in the back. Let's do a quick comparison versus her and the Scared Glow, who's sitting back there. I gotta grab him down from there. We'll look at the size difference between those two, and then we'll wrap it up. Finishing it off, man. I had to get him out of the back. I got Scared Glow out. Look at this. These two. Look at the colors like popping. You got like the dark. He's just pure death. Freaking Muppet Christmas, and then you got this like Care Bear color ass bitch right here. I definitely like the red cape versus like the gold, but man, these look good. That Scarecrow is ridiculous, but we're gonna check out something even better. Let's take him out. Oh, be careful. Oh, by the way, like the hands, all the hands go in and out really good, smooth when you're switching them out, and they don't they haven't been loose. So here's my Mumma I saved from my last from Mumra I sold. I kept this motherfucker, dude. Put it in there. Get in there. Just so she can go with that. Look at that. She got her pet Mumra. But we're about to bring in her major pet. This is Nightmare. Oh my gosh. Look, this would be like her with like Swiftwind. This is why I brought this in. She's got Swiftwind. She's got her dog Mummutt that's always like following her, keeping her out of trouble. Not no stupid cow. No, we want Red Eye. Red Eye be like up in this. Freaking look at all the animals. Red Eye. Fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh man, that's the crew. Oh, that's who I want. I want Red Eye, Mummutt, She-Ra, Nightmare. That's the shit right there. Let's put stupid cow in there. Let's put him in there. He's all happy. Hey guys, what did you learn today? It's very nice. I'm gonna put her on this because this would be just like we're getting Swiftwind, which I did not buy. Pictures of this amazing horse right here. It really, really is cool, but it was also $5.99 for the horse or $7.95 for the bundle of She-Ra 2.0. I don't think so. I'm not paying that. Nightmare is amazing, by the way. Shelf presence on point. It is absolutely fantastic. You're going to want to have the other, probably definitely like the soft one, actually. That might be why they put it in there. This is probably what you want to sit on the horse. So it sits down even further in there. Maybe that's why I actually did that. That's pretty actually crazy. So, oh man, this is cool though. I wish I had Swiftwind. I have the classics one, man, and that is absolutely freaking fantastic horse. That's like the top version you can get if you don't get like the freaking one by Mondo. But the Mondo horse, the wings are just super fragile and they don't hold up. I mean, they don't like. The one was like drooping, the other one was like good, but over time they're definitely going to fall. They're also just like super, super fragile. So you use those on special occasions, even though they look good. So, but like for your display, obviously, because it's like 54 inches full on there, you're going to have like the wings off. But you can drape on the Swifty, you could drape the wings down. But you could drape the wings down on Nightmare, and that was like a problem too. Like it was just drooping on one side because it's just so heavy. So this is definitely a way to display it. And I want a Nightmare for, obviously for Scareglow or for Evil Lynn, his girl. So, man, I like it with that Mumma, though. That does look good. Have a Mumma with Nightmare. And she was killing it on there. You can't have the pink on the Nightmare. You probably put some other thing. If you have the Despara, they need to make Despara. Like, what they need to do, I'm going to leave this on here for a second. What they need to do is make the freaking, I got these out because I did a classic video. They're on the table. But the Shadow Weaver from the freaking classics, oh my gosh. One of my favorite figures in the entire classic way. One of my favorite figures in my collection. I need another one to open. Apocalypse Happens definitely going to break this open. But Mondo, I don't care if you do it in 112, 1/6. I will buy them in both. They would both be fire. Dude, a 1/6 Shadow Weaver. Nutballs. 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 And then I got this. This is Super 7 Maddie Classics at the end when Super 7 took over. They did the Filmation line. It was called not Collect Choice. It was called Grayskull. Club Grayskull. There you go. There's a She-Ra. This is a terrible face on there. I have to take a picture if it don't like show up on there. But the face on this is freaking terrible. This is the first time we got like a 7-inch version of the animated style figure finally. But they did a horrible job on the face, which Super 7 always does. Finally got the real version of She-Ra. The final version, hopefully. There's no version 3.0. This one is really, really bomb, though. Like I said, paintwork all around, absolutely perfect. I haven't seen any mess-ups. Everything has been really tight on the joints, limbs, all around. I didn't even heat this one up, and it's working really good. The heads just need to be pushed down and locked into place. I didn't do that on any of them. I did have problems with the one translucent head with the hair piece on it. It did not seem to fit into any of the heads besides one, and it didn't stay in there. The rest of the tiaras fit in there just nice, and any of the heads, they're great. All the head sculpts have been great. No mess-ups on the nose or eyes. No googly eyes and stuff like that like we had at first. I had to get like replacements because I bought my She-Ra right away and thought it would be the final version that I would ever need. But alas, it was not to be. I'm glad I could sell mine off. Like I said, I did lose money on it. But here's, again, a picture of what you would have got before versus what we're getting right now. So you let me know which one you think was better. I don't know if the parts switch out on these versus the new He-Mans that have come out as well. They got all the new versions. I don't know if you can switch that stuff out for the version 1 versus version 2. You should be. Like the first couple PlayStation to Xboxes before they took that shit away. But in any case, let me know what you guys thought about this figure if you picked it up. If you have a chance to get the standard version, I would say definitely pick up this one over the version 1.0. The legs do go out more. It doesn't have any problem standing. The first one I had, I really couldn't get it into any good action pose at all. Like, these don't really get into action pose at all anyway, but like this one's a lot easier. The limbs are tight on this. The other ones were like loose in the hip area. I might even popped her apart. She didn't break, but I think I popped her apart. And you just had the one head with the hair replacement on the back, I do believe, for the timed edition. But, I mean, you can see just from these two pictures right here of the normal timed edition for the version 1.0 versus the version 2.0. All the stuff that you could get, and it was only $10 more. $260, which is freaking asinine versus $250 before. But, hey, this is hopefully the final version of this character, and I'm very excited to have it on my shelf. You can't even see it. It's so big on this freaking horse. This horse, by the way, is amazing. Check out past videos if you want to check out Nightmare or Scareglow or Mumra that we've talked about today, or version 1.0 She-Ra. We've done them all. We love Mondo, and we love showing them off to you guys. Stay tuned to the channel. Hit that like if you got something out of it, and subscribe if you want to see more. We do all kinds of toy stuff, vintage, modern, all that stuff. If you're new to the channel, just check the old ones, man. We do all kinds of stuff. Love to have you here. Comment, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm the Toy Sheik. Mad love, peek out. See you guys soon.